Imagine standing in a muddy Belgian ditch in the cold morning drizzle, holding a plastic bag full of trash, a half-eaten salami sandwich, and a crumpled receipt with your actual name on it. You have just pulled off the most impossible, mind-boggling, high-tech diamond heist in human history. You bypassed heat sensors, radar, magnetic shields, and a lock with 100 million possible combinations. You are holding $100 million in untraceable raw diamonds. And yet, sitting right there in the weeds, looking at that abandoned sandwich, a terrible realization slowly creeps into your brain. A single piece of trash is about to burn your entire criminal empire to the ground. But to understand how anyone ends up in that situation, we need to go back to where it all began. Welcome to Antwerp, Belgium in the year 2003. This modest European city handles roughly 80% of the world's uncut diamonds. Millions of dollars in shimmering wealth pass through a tiny square district every single day. Naturally, protecting this mountain of treasure required the tightest security on Earth. At the center of it all sat the Antwerp Diamond Center, a fortress so secure that insurance companies claimed it was completely unrobbable. Enter Leonardo Notarbartolo, an Italian thief with a winning smile, tailored suits, and a passion for fine dining. Leonardo was not a violent bank robber. He was an artist of theft. And he was about to spend 2 whole years playing the ultimate long game. To rob a fortress, you first have to buy a ticket inside. In the year 2001, Leonardo rented a small office inside the Antwerp Diamond Center, pretending to be a wealthy Italian gem dealer. He wore expensive watches, handed out fancy business cards, and greeted the building security guards by name every morning. He was so charming that nobody questioned why this friendly Italian man spent hours wandering the hallways. Little did they know, Leonardo had a micro camera hidden inside a pen in his front pocket. He filmed every hallway, every camera angle, and every keycard scanner. He was not just visiting his office. He was mapping every single inch of the vault located 2 floors beneath the earth. And what a vault it was! To get inside, you needed a foot-thick steel door protected by a 10-layer security system. First, a magnetic field that triggered an alarm if broken. Second, infrared heat sensors that detected body heat. Third, a light detector, a Doppler radar system to sense movement, and seismic sensors tuned to detect tiny vibrations. On top of that, the main door was locked with a key that was 3 feet long, plus a combination dial with 100 million potential codes. It was, quite literally, easier to breach a nuclear missile silo than to step inside this room without setting off sirens across Europe. Leonardo looked at this nightmare of technology and simply smiled. He had a team. Leonardo did not work alone. He called upon his childhood friends from Italy, a crew known in police files as the School of Turin. First was the genius, an expert in electronics who could manipulate high-voltage wiring with his bare hands. Second was the monster, an enormous man who was a master mechanic, lockpicker, and evasive driver. Third was the stay flea, a quiet alarm specialist who could crawl through microscopic spaces without disturbing a speck of dust. Together, they spent months building a full-sized replica of the vault inside a warehouse in Italy. They practiced every single movement in total darkness, over and over, until their hands moved like clockwork. The trap was set. On the night of February 15, 2003, the team struck during a major local festival when the streets were quiet. How did they defeat millions of dollars in military-grade security? With items you can buy at a local grocery store. To blind the infrared heat detector, they sprayed a can of ordinary women's hairspray over the sensor, temporarily freezing its thermal lens. To fool the magnetic field on the vault door, they used a strip of plain aluminum foil and heavy-duty duct tape to keep the circuit connected while swinging the door wide open. They covered the light sensors with black tape and placed styrofoam panels over the radar. High-tech security lost to dollar store arts and crafts. Once inside the silent, dark vault, the team went to work with surgical precision. Using custom hand tools, they picked the secondary locks on the safety deposit boxes one by one. Jewels, gold bars, stacks of fresh cash, and leather bags packed with brilliant raw diamonds flooded onto the floor. They emptied 123 individual safety deposit boxes, packing the loot into heavy garbage bags. By midnight, they were standing on a floor literally covered in fallen emeralds and loose cash that they did not even have time to carry. They had just committed the largest diamond heist in human history, stealing well over $100 million without firing a single bullet or raising a single alarm. The crew slipped out of the building completely unnoticed, loaded the heavy black trash bags into their getaway vehicle, and began driving toward the border. If you are enjoying this insane true story of criminal brilliance going horribly wrong, please hit the like button and subscribe right now so you never miss another wild history tale. With the heist complete, the men were home free. All they had to do was cross into France, lie low, and divide the massive fortune. But high stress makes human beings do very silly things. And one member of the team, known as Speedy, was having a massive panic attack in the passenger seat as they drove along the Belgian highway. Speedy convinced Leonardo to pull the car off the highway into a quiet patch of woods near the town of Vilvoorde to discard any non-valuable items. The original plan was to burn all evidence in a fire. Instead, Speedy's anxiety took over. He grabbed the garbage bag full of vault trash, panicked, and simply tossed it into the bushes. In that bag was the remnant of their break-in: empty diamond envelopes, security blueprints, videotapes, and Leonardo's half-eaten lunch. A half-eaten salami sandwich on white bread. The crew drove away into the night, believing the Belgian damp weather and thick foliage would hide their secret forever. They could not have been more wrong. The very next morning, a retired Belgian forest ranger named Hermant Wens was walking through those exact woods. He was annoyed by constant littering and noticed a fresh pile of trash dumped on private land. Being a responsible citizen, Hermant called the local police to report a minor illegal dumping incident. When officers arrived and opened the bags, expecting old newspapers, they found official documents stamped with the logo of the Antwerp Diamond Center, receipts for high-end vault equipment, and cash envelopes. The police immediately called headquarters, where officers were currently standing in utter shock inside an emptied vault 2 floors underground. The police had found the entire criminal trail before the afternoon sun even set. The evidence in the woods was a prosecutor's dream. Inside the discarded trash bag, forensics investigators found a receipt from an Italian grocery store, an invoice with Leonardo's real name on it, and most importantly, the discarded salami sandwich. DNA extracted from the saliva on the bread crust matched Leonardo Notarbartolo perfectly. Meanwhile, Leonardo, completely unaware that his trash had been recovered, casually walked back into the Antwerp Diamond Center a few days later to act like a concerned business owner. Security guards pointed him out, and police tackled him on the spot. The mastermind who defeated the world's greatest security system was brought down by lunch. Leonardo was sentenced to 10 years in prison, while his crew members received shorter sentences. To this day, the $100 million in diamonds has never been found, leading many to wonder if Leonardo secretly hid the loot before his arrest. But this wild historical tale leaves us with a surprisingly relevant truth about modern human nature. We spend so much energy worrying about massive complex threats, building impenetrable digital walls, and over-engineering intricate solutions to big problems. Yet, in our personal lives and projects, we often get destroyed by the simplest daily oversights. You can plan for every high-tech laser on Earth, but sloppy habits will always catch up to you. Leonardo proved that human genius can overcome almost any lock, but human carelessness can ruin even the most perfect plan. Next time you pack a lunch, maybe make sure you clean up after yourself, especially if you happen to be carrying $100 million in diamonds. What do you think happened to the missing diamond stash? Did Leonardo hide it, or did his crew betray him? Drop your theories in the comment section below. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button for more crazy true history stories every single week. Until next time, stay smart, clean up your trash, and keep learning history the fun way.